My name is Derek Vasquez, and I've been doing karate for almost a little over 2 years. My first tournament is tomorrow, and I am being interviewed. So I'm gonna answer a couple questions, and we'll just see how this goes.
I'ma get it now, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'm not slowing down, though. Coming for that crown, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'ma get it now, though. I'm not slowing down, though. Coming for that crown, though. Crown, though. Been a minute, but a minute now. Killing everybody when they wanna bring me down. And I got it cause I'm all alone in the studio. I don't need nobody trying to play a role. No turnaround time when I make my shit. Everything I do will underrate my shit. Better know the game can't date my shit. Like 20 more years, they gon' play my shit. Goddamn.
How are you feeling about this tournament?
Nervous, very nervous. So excited. I've been training a lot, and I just really hope I do good. This is supposed to be like a good starter tournament, so hopefully I can just crush it in there. Hopefully I can win a medal. But I am pretty nervous, but I'm also really excited. But I just feel like the tournament is next month. Like I totally forgot it's tomorrow. So I'm not that nervous thinking about it right now. But in the moment, I'll probably be nervous, obviously, but just ready to give it my all, you know?
What is the biggest challenge in preparation?
Obviously the cardio training. I feel like the cardio training is miserable. I had a 6-hour seminar a couple days ago that was stressful. I was nauseated, I was sweating, I couldn't breathe, but we pushed through it. I pushed through it. But the cardio for the tournament is the worst part. I feel like it's gonna be easy peasy when I'm actually in the tournament, but just training that cardio for the tournament is the worst part. The forms and everything, like my legs are so used to it, so the forms I don't really care about, it's just the cardio. That's about it.
What bracket are you most confident you'll win?
A bracket? Probably kumite. Just a normal kumite, not sambo, and I feel like I'm gonna score a good amount of points. Kata I'm not too confident in. Kata is good, but I don't know. I feel like kumite I'm gonna kill it. I'm just a lot faster than most people. That's bad, but I can land points on national winners. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Moving forward, winning. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to win. I'm not gonna be bummed if I lose, but I want to win. I'm gonna go in there with the mindset of winning. I'm gonna go in there thinking I'm gonna get a medal. And if I don't, obviously I'm not gonna be a piss baby about it. I'm not gonna lose my balls. You know, I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna want to win. I'm gonna have that mindset the entire time. And I'm gonna kill it.
What are you most afraid of?
Most afraid of? I think I'm mostly afraid of somebody in kumite. I feel like when I'm fighting, because there's no weight division and there's no height limit, so I can go against someone who weighs twice my weight and is just towers over me. So I could get screwed like that. So I feel like that's what I fear the most. But obviously, I'm just gonna give it my all.
5 songs on your pre-tournament playlist.
5 songs on my pre-tournament playlist. Gotta be something Metallica. Probably Enter Sandman by Metallica. Renegade by Styx. Let's see. I don't know. I don't have that many songs. Probably Thunderstruck by AC/DC. That one hits. Hell's Bells by AC/DC. I don't know. There's not many songs. There's just one song my dad showed me. I've never heard of the artist, and I forgot what the song was called, but it was really good. I'll have to talk to him about it. But I think I can only name 4 for now.
What are the biggest pieces of advice that you're going to take with you into the tournament?
Obviously not be a sore loser. You know, I don't care if I lose. I have many tournaments far later in the future. I think I have like 2 already planned this year after this one. So that's why we're doing this one. It's a good starter one. But I think good tips that are really gonna stay with me is just to really be patient, feel my opponent out, listen to the coach, and just wing it. You know, enjoy the journey too. That's one thing my Sensei always told me: enjoy the journey. Because once I'm black belt, it's just gonna be a whole new journey. So I'm only at the basics. I'm brown belt right now. I'm only at the basics. So I'm enjoying every step of the way as much as I can right now. But yeah.
What do you think you will take away from your potential losses in the tournament?
Train harder. I'm training a lot harder, actually. I'm gonna train a lot harder, probably do more seminars, train with the best of the best even more. and I'm just gonna improve from it. You know, like Bruce Lee once said, to become a true artist, you have to learn the art of dying first. So same thing with losing. I gotta learn how to lose first to become something greater. So I feel like that would be a good lesson I can learn.
Why is it important for you to compete even though you'll be in a disadvantage being sick?
I think it's important for me to compete because this is a very good starter tournament. Because the ones later this year are going to be a huge step up. Like, these guys are going to be monsters. So I feel like this is a really good starter tournament for me. And plus, just being sick and going in there and giving it my all is also just to show the Vasquez name and to show who I am inside. And if I can't go tomorrow, I physically can't get up or can't go tomorrow, which I doubt, then it is what it is. Just as long as everyone knows I tried. But when I do go in there, and if I win a medal or I win a match while sick, then I feel like that'll show spirit in my character.
Last question. Is there anyone you want to dedicate your performance to?
Everybody. Everyone who supported me in my path, especially my dad. My dad motivates me, like, beyond. Obviously, Sensei Brandon and Sensei Adam, Sensei Brian, you know, all the senseis who have gotten me to this level and motivated me to get here. I mean, all my senseis, even my doctors, they all wish me luck for this tournament, and that means a lot. It does mean a lot. Even my siblings, sisters, brothers, but most importantly, parents. They got me here. If it weren't for the parents, I wouldn't be here. So I feel like everyone just motivates me even more. So it just feels like a blessing to have these people in my circle to really get me to this point in life. I feel like in the future I can become something great with this momentum of support. But yeah, just everybody who's stood on track with my journey. Yeah, so I'm talking dad, mom, sister, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandmas, senseis, everyone. But that's who motivated me the most. So I remember that night I couldn't sleep. I think I got like an hour's sleep. And so I had just been thinking about it, preparing myself that whole night up until the morning. So I remember my mom coming in saying like, can you do this? Like, are you sick enough? Can you get up? And I was like, just give me some meds and I'll push through. I can do this. So she gave me some meds. I slept for about 30 more minutes. And then I got up and remember walking out and seeing my older brother, and he was wearing a shirt and it was Team Derics. So I thought that was pretty cool, and everyone was kind of just looking at me like seeing if I was okay. I remember walking around, seeing everyone getting ready. They were smiling, saying if I was okay, and then we were all kind of ready for this. It didn't feel like the tournament was today. I felt like I was just going to the dojo, or I felt like I was just going to some family. Like, I didn't feel like that tournament was today. I didn't feel like I was getting ready to compete. It felt different. Energy was high, for sure. Everyone was excited. And I mean, it was 6 in the morning. We were all going to see me compete for the first time. So it was pretty dope. On the car ride over there, a lot was going through my mind. But I remember my dad just playing a bunch of music I liked. Just gonna be bumped up. So I was trying to focus more on the music, trying to hype myself up, getting ready for this tournament. In my head, I was just like, I'm gonna win a medal. I want to win a medal, and that's it. My adrenaline's so high right now. Like I forget I'm sick right now.
Good.
Like I don't even feel sick anymore. When we arrived, it was a whole different feeling. I mean, I felt like I got hit by lightning, like a thunderbolt by Zeus himself. You know, as soon as we parked in there, I just felt this intense pressure in my solar plexus, right in the center of my torso. Like I felt like someone just grabbed their bone and just boom, as hard as they could in the center of my torso. I remember it was a feeling I've never felt before. That pressure in my chest was different. It was like, it's something you can't really experience unless you're really competing in something. But it was an intense pressure. I remember it was so intense, like I had to like kind of like fan myself off and like breathe heavy to kind of like push my chest outward almost.
You're scared?
Yeah, this building is kind
You
of
got this.
So I remember I was like trying to clap as loud as I could, tell myself I'm ready, like let's do this, like let's go. So I saw everyone walk out. We started walking towards the entrance, and that's where I started to get really, really nervous. I remember being a little frustrated at everyone because they were asking me like, so how are you feeling? Are you ready? Like, what are you thinking about right now? Like, are you nervous? And it was very obvious I was nervous. I obviously didn't want to talk to anyone. I was kind of just sitting there like, yep, I'm nervous. I'm ready. Yep, feeling a little nervous, I guess. And I kind of just trying to avoid everyone as much as I can. But it was getting a little frustrating because I was just like, I'm trying to focus here. Obviously, I'm nervous. And it's going to be crazy. Obviously, though, like, obviously, I was kind of being a jerk in the moment. But it was just the first time feeling, so I didn't know what to do. So I remember just walking in, and I got so nauseated. I was so nervous. And I was just looking around, and I got a sneak peek of those mats. And I look to my left, and I see a sneak peek of the spectators area. And I was like, wow, I'm really doing this. Like, this is a real deal tournament. Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm really in it now. And that's when I see the mats, and I just kind of look over, and I'm like, whoa. Like, I'm going on those mats over there. Like, I'm gonna be in the spotlight. And my mind went blank. And all I could feel was my nerves. I couldn't hear anyone. My heart was pounding. My adrenaline was super high. I almost forgot I was sick. And I started getting really nauseated. And I was kind of just like, whoa, kind of pacing in my head. And it was crazy to think about. It was crazy that I was gonna go on that mat. So I remember, like, as soon as I got there, I put my gi on. And I remember like asking my mom and dad over and over, where's Brandon? When is he gonna get here? When will he get here? Where is he now? What time is it? What's his ETA? And he just wasn't arriving, and I was getting really nervous. And I was like, oh my god, like signups are already starting. And thankfully Kabuto was up first, so even if he was late, we still would have had a lot of time. But I remember he arrived around 8:30 a.m. and I remember just seeing him and being like, okay, it's on. So I remember seeing him, I remember bowing to him, shaking his hand, and he was like, are you ready for this? And I'm like, I'm ready. Are you ready? He's like, I'm ready. And we're kind of just pumped.
you already saw him sign the
So we signed the waivers, but we ended up going to the spectators area first because we weren't up yet. We were on deck. So I kind of just went to the spectators with my family, watched the Kabuto do their thing, and that was a good way to kind of calm down and get myself ready.
What's the expectation for today's event?
I believe Derek's going to do his best, and hopefully, due to the circumstances, he could come home with a few medals.
A couple minutes later, then they called us on deck. I just remember hearing in the speakers, can we get 14 and 15-year-olds on deck for kata and kumite? And I remember hearing that, and at the time when I heard that, I was talking to some family friends. They came at the dojo, friends from the dojo. They came to support me, so I really liked it. I was out there talking to them. So when they said that, I immediately got up and I was like, all right, thank you guys, I gotta go. And my sensei looked at me and he was just like, it's go time. So we ran straight down the stairs, we went all the way around to the deck, and that was when I started warming up.
Boys, they're not ready, but I'm going to call you and make sure you're all here so when they are ready.
I remember it felt like I was there all day. The wait was just a minute, but it kind of got to me because as I was back there, I was watching all my competitors warm up, and just being like, oh snap, like here we go. The anticipation was real. It was real. I remember looking up and looking to the side, and I remember my sensei saying like, "Come on, like let's focus up. Like come on, like you can do this." And I remember I looked back and I nodded. And I was like, "All right, it's go time." When I was on that mat, like before I even walked on there, I wasn't even nervous. I was so ready. The adrenaline was so high. I was like, let's do this. Like I'm ready for this kata. I'm gonna kill it. It's just one kata, and then win or lose, I'm gonna give it my all. After I lost the first match, I was a little down. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, lost my first match. I wasn't too upset though. I honestly wasn't too upset. I remember when I lost my first match, I was like, oh, alright, well, it is what it is. But it is what it is, you know, it was my first tournament, and I was like, whatever. And I thought that was it for kata. Thought it was over. I thought it was just one thing. That's what I heard before. Like, you get one chance, one done thing. But then soon I figured out there was a loser's bracket for the second, for the second and third medal. And then my sensei runs over and he was like, hey, you're still in this thing, like you can do this. And I remember seeing the other kids in the losers go up on deck, and I was like, oh my god, like I can do this, like here we go. So I remember hearing the flags go up, and I was like, okay, here we go. And I look in the middle, and then the ref looks around, and he waves my flag. And I was like, oh my god, I won. So I remember being like letting this huge breath out and just being like, okay, I won that first round. Perfect. So I walked off, and I hear my family cheering super loud in the back, and it made me feel like super pumped, and I was like, sweet, I just won. I have a chance now. So I get called up again, and this was my next chance. So obviously, I was really, really hoping I would win this one. Went up there, did the kata as hard as I possibly could. And all that matters is that middle coach, or the middle ref. So I look at the middle ref, sure enough, he raises my flag. And my family cheers super loud again, and I'm like, oh my god, I just did that. Like, I just won 2 in a row. Like, I can do this, I'm in it now. And so I walked off, and I was just super hype. But I knew that because I won, my next opponent was going to be really, really tough because this was for the medal. And, yeah. So once I went up for my last match, this was for the medal. Either I win this and I get a chance to win a higher medal, or I lose this and I place 4th. I remember one of the managers on the side of the mat being like, if you win this, you can still you can get higher up, like you can still earn a chance to get a higher medal. But if you lose this, you're out. And I was like, oh snap, alright. So I remember like just being super tired though. I was drained. And that was the sucky part, because I was a little kind of losing hope. My throat was destroyed. I mean, my throat's never been in more pain ever. And again, like I said before, my opponent was gonna get harder. So it's either I do way better than I did before with this terrible pain I'm feeling, or I just lose. But obviously I give my all and I just destroy my throat, push through it, and I did the kata, said a yoi, I hear the whistles go off, and I look over and they raise his flag. And I was like, I remember just like feeling like, dang, I can't believe it. I just lost my 3rd place medal. But I gave it everything I got, and I will take 4th. It's not last, you know, I will take, this is my first tournament and I was sick. You know, I will take like 4th. I will take 4th. It wasn't last. But I could have gone 3rd. So I remember walking off that mat, and then my coach comforting me, and he was just like saying, you did great, I did pretty good. Rewatching those videos, I definitely could have done better. If I wasn't sick, I would have done those katas way better. Those judges kind of robbed me at some points. I feel like I would have won certain things, but it is what it is. And I have more tournaments this year, so hopefully I'll do better than those katas. But yeah. And then after all that, after my coach comforted me or whatever, it was time for Kumite. We went straight into it. I had to go change my gear, but it was just back to back. I hear the coach say, or not the coach, like one of the managers or judges go, Derek Voskman on deck against, I think his name was like Christian or something like that. And so I remember going up on the deck, and I was like, who is this Christian kid to say? And he goes, I think you're going against the big kid. And I look over, and could you not see the big kid standing on deck? And I remember just all my hope going down the drain, gone. I remember just being like, no way, like this is it. Like I'm gonna go against the strongest kid in my division right now. So I remember seeing him fight before me. As I was like sitting on the side changing my belt, put my gear on, my coach was telling me to watch. He's like, watch them fight, study them. So I was watching them, and I was just seeing this kid hit like an absolute missile. Like you could hear his kicks from like across the mat. Like it was just boom, 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 and I was just sitting there like, if I have to go against this kid, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's way taller. He doubles my size, doubles my weight, and he is just destroying this kid in front of me. And I'm just sitting there like, man, I'm already destroyed from this kata. I am tired, I am drained, and if I have to go against him, then I'm practically screwed. So I remember being on deck, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And I just remember that was the first time where all of my fear came back to me, because I was already confident after the kata, but just after seeing that, after hearing that, it all came back, and I was just, oh no, like there's no way this is happening right now. So after just feeling this immense pain, I couldn't close the distance with this guy. I just couldn't. And I heard my coach say, like, get ready for that 1-2, blitz in, like, you have to get these points. So I remember driving as hard as I could. He posts up, he lifts his leg, and he just chambers a mean yokogeri, a mean thrust kick, straight in the center of my chest. I remember just my feet going off the floor, my head going straight back, and all the air getting knocked out of me. Because as I was doing that, I was trying to kiai, so I was like, ah! So all my air left from my kiai, plus him hitting my chest, plus me going up in the air, splatting on the floor. I just felt like I died. You know, like I felt like I lost all my oxygen in my body. Just boom! And I remember as that happened, I almost blacked out. I think I did black out for like a split second. Everything went black. And my eyes were opened after I was on my side, I turned my back, and my eyes opened again. So all the way from him hitting me to my chest, falling on my side, turning to my back, was completely blank. I couldn't hear, I couldn't see, nothing. Completely blank. I gained all my senses, I gained my breath back as soon as you see me turn my back and lift my knees up. So when I did that, I knew, I was like, I can't look like this. I can't let my family, I can't let my coaches, I can't let anyone see me like this. And I was like, I don't care if I'm sacrificing a penalty or not. Like, I need to get back up. So I remember swinging my feet, getting back up, and then him telling me, "Are you okay? I'm sorry about that." I was like, "No, you're fine, man." And then the ref running over and be like, "Are you okay? Can you continue?" And I was like, "I'm good, thank you. Let me continue. I'm good." And it was a very scary moment for me. It could have been like seriously threatening for me. Like I could have gotten concussion. I could have gotten just like knocked out. I could have broken a rib. Like it could have gotten really bad for me, but thankfully it didn't. But it was very scary, very scary. It was a huge reality check for me.
Okay, when you were facing that kid that beat you in your first kata match, what was going through your head and what was your mindset after losing to the big kid and having to focus on the guy that beat you prior in the tournament?
Skinny kid, right?
Frankie, yeah.
Yeah. It felt a lot better because I went against that absolute titan, and then I went to this kid who was a lot smaller and weighed a lot less, and so I was like, okay, this will be a lot easier. I should win this. And little did I know, it was for a bronze medal. And so I was like, I could do this. This is it right here. I could do this. So I remember I went up on that mat, and this kid was fast. He was fast. I will admit he was fast, but I was just faster. I feel like I dominated him in every way. I scored so many points on him. I remember just feeling super confused and a little mad that these coaches and like these refs, these judges just weren't calling my points. And I just felt like I was just sitting there and I was like, what am I doing wrong right now? Why is no one calling my points? Why is no one calling the things I'm doing right now? And I just don't know what was happening. I honestly did not know what was happening. I got robbed. I felt tired. I felt upset that I just lost this kid twice. There was some kind of bias with this kid. I don't know what was up with this kid. These judges liked him for some reason. He beat me every single time when I was just, no offense, better than him in both kata and kumite. So it felt like highway robbery. But after we said yo again, time went off, he won, and I was just like, wow, I got robbed 2 times. They weren't calling my points. There was so much I could have done, but it didn't happen. So I lost, placed 4th in kumite and kata, and that was it. That was it.
I'll take 4th. I can't believe I won that bribe. They trolled me so bad.
Dude, that fourth first one, it was 2 to 3. You almost won. If one other person would have chose you, you would have won. That was crazy.
Yeah, did a good job.
I want to do it again.
Leaving there, you know, on the car ride home and sleeping that night, I was just, obviously, because my mind was just so out of it, I had remembered the whole thing as me getting destroyed. I remember getting absolutely smashed. I remember because those judges not counting my points and me being tired. I just remember thinking back like, wow, I did straight nothing sauce. I got absolutely destroyed, scored no points. I was getting squashed in there, and I was just like, wow, like this was a terrible first performance out of me. And I had another match, another Kumite bracket, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. I couldn't move my body. I couldn't breathe. I had pain all over the place, and I knew that if I was to do this other bracket, I'd have to go against the big kid one more time. I couldn't do it. I didn't have enough to go against him. I was gonna get seriously hurt if I went against him again. And I would much rather know my limits than to go in there and just make my situation a whole lot worse. I went home, went to bed. I woke up that morning, like hitting my bed, like I could have came back with the medal. I could have won. I should have done better. I remember rewatching those videos on my mom's phone, and I got a lot of hope back because I did do good. I got so many points on those kids, even the big kid. My kata was just really good, even for just being sick. I did really good, and I should have won. This is the only reason why I was feeling like that is because those judges were robbing me, and I was sick. And in 100% reality, I went home with a bronze medal. I should have gone third. I got third in my head. If I had real judges, I went home third, at least second. But fourth in both kata and kumite, I guess I'll take. But I was pretty proud of myself after that whole thing, and it was a great experience. So I can't wait to go back in there again, feeling better.